Good morning, my dear students. I hope you are safe and secure. Stay home, stay safe. Welcome back to our Social Studies online class, Geography 6th lesson, Agriculture in India. In this lesson, we discussed about subsistence farming. This type of farming is alone in two forms. They are simple subsistent farming and intensive subsistent farming. Next, commercial farming. The main characteristic of this type of farming is the use of higher doses of modern inputs. For example, high yielding variety of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides. Next topic, cropping seasons. Next, major crops: paddy, wheat, maize, millets, pulses. Next topic we have discussed in the previous class, food crops other than grains: sugarcane, oil seeds, tea, coffee, horticulture crops. Now we have to discuss about importance of agriculture. Importance of agriculture. In this section, we shall look at agriculture from an overall view of the entire country. We would read about the changes that have taken place since the time of independence to the present day and the challenges that we face today. The food security of a nation depends on agriculture. So, a variety of raw materials required for industries are cultivated on farms. Wheat, paddy, and other food crops are cultivated by farmers. Agriculture is major source of livelihood for millions, giving employment to a large section of people. More than half of the population of workers in India is working in the agriculture sector and its related activities. Between men and women, it is the women who get more employed opportunities in agriculture. So, this agriculture, two kinds of people are engaged in agriculture. First one, agriculture laborers. Next one, cultivators. Cultivators are those farmers who have some land of their own and also used land belonging to other for cultivations. But agriculture laborers are those who are landless laborers who work on others' land. Since population also increases with the time, we look at the absolute numbers. That number of people working in agriculture increased from 1951, 97 million people are working in agriculture. In 2001, 234 million people are working in agriculture.
Agricultural production depends on natural factors. Agricultural crops depend on seasons and natural resources such as soil and water and sunshine for cultivation. Temperature and rainfall conditions are important. Some crops can be cultivated only in specific seasons regardless of the availability of water and other inputs. So, therefore, in any region, different crops are grown in different seasons. There are also variations in the natural conditions between different regions in the country. Besides land reform such as abolition of Jamindari, Land Ceiling Act, the Indian government has also initiated other important policy changes. These can be seen in three phases: 1952-1965, 1966 to 1990 and post 1991. The first phase 1950 to 1965, increasing irrigation and building dams. Between 1950 and 1965, the Indian government invested heavily on irrigation and power projects. It was hoped that this would raise crop production and solve the problem of food shortage. Big dams of irrigation and electricity generation like Bakranangal, Himachal Pradesh, Damodar Valley, West Bengal, Hirakud, Odisha, Nagarjuna Sagar in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, Gandhi Sagar, Madhya Pradesh were constructed. So, their area under cultivation and the irrigated area both went up and crop production was increased. So, second phase 1966 to 1990, Green Revolution and its spread. Impact of Green Revolution. Positive impact, advantage of Green Revolution. Green Revolution, because of Green Revolution, production is increased, food security, high yield crops, poverty elevation and employment generation. So more employment opportunities. Substantial increase in agriculture production and productivity. Food grains output increased from 81 million tons in third plan annual average to 202 million tons in the 10th plan. In 2018, is stood at 277.49 million tons. The adoption of a new technology has also given boost to agricultural employment because of diverse job opportunities created by multiple cropping and shift towards hired workers. New technology and modernization of agriculture have strengthened the linkage between agriculture and industry. Before the Green Revolution, the quality of a harvest was dependent upon the quality of the growing season. A poor season would always produce a poor harvest. After the Green Revolution, there has been more consistency with the annual harvest because the fields are worked in a similar way each year. Issues with moisture, nutrition, or temperature can be managed on site, reducing the impact a poor growing season has on the crop. It has helped to create numerous strains of plants that are resistant to diseases and pests. It makes farmers more secure financially. With the introduction of the Green Revolution, India reached its way to self-sufficiency and was less dependent on imports. The production in the country was sufficient to meet the demand of the rising population and to stock it for emergencies. Rather than depending on the import of food grains from other countries, India started exporting its agriculture produce. The result seen was totally different. There was a rise in rural employment. The tertiary industries such as transportation, irrigation, food processing, marketing, etc. created employment opportunities for the workers. So the Green Revolution in India majority benefited the farmers of the country. Farmers not only survived but also prospered during the revolution. Their income saw a significant rise which enabled them to shift from subsistence farming to commercial farming. So advantages of Green Revolution in shorts. First, increase in agriculture production. Second one, prosperity of farmers. Third, reduction in import of food grains. Fourth, capitalistic farming. Fifth, plowing back of profit. Sixth one, industrial growth. Seventh one, rural employment. Eighth one, change in attitude of farmers. Another some points. It may be helping to reduce the number of greenhouse gas emissions. It provides us with consistent yield during uncooperative seasons. It causes a reduction in food prices for the global economy. It has reduced the issue of deforestation on our planet. It hastened the natural evolutionary process for plant resistance. So, government activities after the Green Revolution, new technology improved, hybrid seeds, easy credit and diesel subsidies, increased finance and electricity subsidies. So, these all are government provided by the farmers. Negative impact, disadvantages of Green Revolution. The effect of the Green Revolution, increasing in production, but seeds are not germination, soil has become saline, and cost of inputs has increased. Need 300 kg urea per hectare compared to 3 kg initially. So this is fertilizers problem. Next, environmental problem. Soil has lost its physical and chemical biological characters. Next, water problem. Groundwater is dried up. Groundwater level can be maintained as long as the use of groundwater is less than the groundwater recharge. Traditional farming also become disappear. The farmers are largely dependent on the market for the supply of inputs and for the demand for their product. The demand for agricultural credit has also increased as the new technology has increased the cash requirement of the farmers, but poor farmers were not able to get loans easily. So, there has been displacement of agricultural labor by extensive use of agricultural machinery and left them unemployment. When the Green Revolution strategy was introduced in the early 1960s, it was hoped that trend of raising output of food grains would continue, but sharp fluctuation food grains output were observed in the latter years and created insecurities among farmers as well as consumers. Technological changes in agriculture have had adverse effect on the distribution of income in rural areas. It has contributed to widening the disparities in income between different regions and between small and large farms and between landlords on the one hand and landless labor and tenants on the other. So the hybrid crops have also created environmental impacts like soil pollution, water pollution due to excessive use of fertilizers, pesticides, etc. needed by these crops. Next, excessive withdrawal of groundwater for irrigation without adequate recharging of the subsoil aquifers. Rise in feeling of regionalism divided the nation on developing and backward states. Disadvantages of Green Revolution, in short, intercrop disparities, regional disparities, rise in interpersonal disparities, unemployment and ecological problems like soil salinity, alkalinity, waterlogging, desertification, soil erosion, depletion of groundwater, underground water, so decreasing of underground water levels, deforestation, and environmental pollution like soil pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. Another important points, disadvantages of green revolution. It created a lack of biodiversity in the global cropland structures. It can be wiped out with one devastating disease. It reduced the quality of the soil used for growing crops. It requires the use of non-sustainable agriculture methods, and it green revolution creates health impact that we must consider with its practices. It has advanced beyond our current distribution network. Third phase, 1990s to the present. Post-reform agriculture. From 1967 to 1991, Indian farmers sold their produce to market within the country and to the government through the FCI. FCI means Food Corporation of India. So people were also dependent on market within the country for their food purchases. Export of most farm products, especially food grains, was banned. Imports were also not allowed. Foreign trade in food product was not allowed. The government started offering minimum support price. Thus the Indian farmers produced for market within the country. So minimum support price, MSP, means minimum support price is a price at which the farmers can sell their grain if they want to the government. The government sets the minimum support price so as to cover the cost of cultivation and allow a little bit of profit to the farmers. So in recent years, however, the support of government has not been strong. For example, the government has started only very few new irrigation projects. So a large section of farmers are completely to depend on rainfalls. Okay children, hope you all understood the topic. Agriculture in India, types of farming, major crops, rabi crops and kharif crops, jade crops, importance of agriculture and effect of green revolution. Thank you.